So, hello everyone, and let's proceed to our last topic for the midterms. So this now, the last topic is what you call the sexual self. So let's explore, what is your sexual self. So before we start with the topic, so I hope you are okay with your sexualities. Okay, you have to discover your own unique sexual self because kung merong unang makakaalam dapat ng sexual self nyo ay dapat kayo, hindi ang ibang tao. So you have first to explore your personality in terms of your sexual characteristics and in terms of your sexual self, no? Hindi dapat ibang tao ang unang makaalam, no? Dapat kayo. That's why we have solitary actions or bakit tayo merong kailangang solitary activities in order for you to know your own sexual self. Okay, that is more important. Okay, kailangan kung mayroong unang makaalam sa sexualidad nyo, it must be important that kayo yun and it's not other people. Okay, so let's move forward to our topic. So the content lang of this topic is with regards to the human sexuality. Okay, so what are the female and reproductive organs? So let's also clarify what are the other sexual terminologies, and we will also tackle the phases of human sexual response. What is the chemistry of lust, love, and attachment, and what drives the emotions in terms of love. So first, we will have to tackle the respect perspectives for human sexuality. So when we say sexual selfhood, it's always on how you think, on how you views yourself as an individual. Okay, and then your human sexuality is basically, again, it's more a cultural framework. It depends on the cultural perspective. That's diverse, the human sexuality. When you see sex kasi, that's biological factor. Eh. We have only two sex kasi. The male and the female is primarily biological in factor. When we say gender, gender is now fluid. No? Andyan na pumapasok yung mga LGBTQI plus and marami yun. That's gender. It's how you see or it's how they feel, no, about themselves. Kung ano yung nararamdaman nila, kung ano yung orientation nila. When you say sex, that's primarily biological factor. Dalawa lang yun. It's either male or female. Kapag kayong mga other na, that's what you call gender. Okay? So historical backgrounds lang. So during the ancient Greece, the male assumes the dominant role. So parang lalaki lang dati ang titignan na sex. No? Yung babae primarily during the ancient Greece is like a thing lang or materials for pleasure lang. Parang ganun lang ang tingin during the ancient Greece. So the male is a symbol of penis. They view that as simple for fertility, no? Capable of offspring. No? Kailangan siya ang may kakayahan para makapag-produce ng tao. So that's how they think during the ancient times. Women, yung mga babae during the times were forbidden to own property. So mababa ang tingin sila sa mga babae no? It's like comfort women lang. Ganun. This woman only functions to bear a child. It's only capable for offspring. Kailangan lang mga anak. So yun lang ang tingin nila during that ancient Greece. And then let's um, move forward during the Middle Ages and may intervention na ng church, no? May mga simbahan na ng mga panahon na to, 17th, 14th centuries. Na sinasabi nila that all sexual acts that do not lead to procreation were considered evil. So pag ginamit mo lang yan for pleasure, it's immoral, no? So kailangan kapag ginamit nyo ang sexual activities, it should be primarily based on offspring. No? Kailangan lang mag-produce, magkaanak. So, kaya nagkaroon noon na women labeled as a temptress or evil, no? Para mapang-akit lang ang mga babae during that time. So, ganun yung tingin nila during the Middle Ages. And then we have the Protestant formations, ganun din, the corruption of Roman Catholicism. They believe that sexuality is a natural part of life kasama sa buhay ang sexual self, no? That should be able to marry and have families. So that's how they think during that time. So the positive views on marital sex and did not condone sex outside of marriage. So kailangan pag ginawa mo daw ang sexual activities, dapat married. It's not outside. No? There is no premarital sex. It was considered immoral during that 17th and 18th centuries. However, And nung nag-move forward tayo during the Victorian era, yan, mga 1800s na or 1900s, kasi nga ang tingin dati, sanctity lang, sexual activities, no? Kailangan mo lang galawin ang babae nung mga unang panahon because kailangan magkaroon ng anak. Kaya nagkaroon ng homosexuality. When you see homosexuality, nagkaroon ng same sex, no, activities, no, same sex relationship kasi nga syempre, mga tao dati, they have their sexual desires, they have their sexual pleasures. Pero kailangan mo lang galawin ng asawa mo to have offspring para magkaroon ng anak. Kaya nagkaroon yung idea for homosexuality during that time. And doon nag-start yon. No, it became rampant, naging considered threat yon, no, sa social order, most especially sa mga babae, para naging threat ang homosexuality during those time. And until now, no, it follows na meron pa rin mga thoughts, no, na ganun. Okay, so women were told that they should not enjoy having sex, and if they did, there was something wrong with them. So kasi nga, ang babae lang dati is for offspring, no, magkaroon lang ng anak. So kaya nagkaroon lang yan. Ejaculating more than once a month would greatly weaken a man daw. So masturbation leads to blindness and insanity and death. So that's according to Robinson's, no, in 2005 during nung mga panahon ng mga Victorian era. So throughout the years, naging karoon ng maraming interest, no, sa sexuality. It became evident, naging accepted na sa society hanggang ngayon. So this period marked the increase of incidence of sexually transmitted disease. Nagkaroon niya ng mga transmitted disease because of homosexualities na rin. So over time, naging diverse yung cultural exploration, yung mga social norms and views of sexual activities. So let's move to biological factors. What are the biological factors in terms of sexuality? So diyan pumapasok yung ating secondary sex characteristics. So when you say secondary sex characteristics kasi, it happens during your puberty and your adolescence. So ngayon adolescent kayo. So pagdating nyo ng 20, 21, diyan na mag-i-stop lahat ng mga secondary sex characteristics. When you say sex characteristics, yan, nag-start ng puberty. So, mangyayari, pag sa male, yung voice mo, yung from matinis, nung bata ka, it becomes now much lower. So, nagbabago na siya, mas naging broad, mas naging defined. Kakaroon ka ng vocal breaks. Yan. At tapos, yan, nagkakaroon ka na rin ng hair growth, no? Magkakaroon ng balbas, bigote, buhok sa kilikili, sa legs, sa puwet, pubic areas, yan na, mag-start na. Mag-increase na rin ngayon yung muscle size mo because of your testosterone. Kasi yung testosterone level is that's primarily your hormone from your reproductive system sa mga males. Kaya nag-increase yung mga muscle sizes. Yung skin mo, it becomes more oily and pores. Kaya nagkakaroon tayo minsan ng mga acne breakouts, especially sa puberty age because of that. Then sa female naman, ganon. No, nag-start yung breast enlargement. Yan, magkakaroon din sila ng mga hair growth from underarms, sa mga pubic areas. Yung hip nila, nagwa-widen na rin. And same, yung skins, oily na rin, nagpo-pores, nag-acne rin, breakouts ng mga yan. And dyan din nag-i-start yung kanilang menstrual cycle. So that is your secondary sex characteristics. So when you say that, that is something physiological. When you say physiological, makikita mong pagbabago sa katawan mo during sa puberty to adolescent age. So that is your secondary sex characteristics. So yan, it happened during the course of puberty. Yan. And females for procreation. So yung females, yung ovaries nila, nagbibigyan din, nagpo-produce na yan ng eggs kasi doon na nag-start yung ovulation. When you say ovulation period, dyan na nag-start yung menstrual cycle nila. Then sa males naman, doon na rin nag-start yung testicles nila na po-produce ng sperm cells. So, napoproduce ka na as early siguro as 9, 10, o ganun. So, it depends yan kung paano mo siya ma-discover. It depends kung paano mo malalaman na meron ko ng sperm cells. So, kaya nga sabi ko, una pa lang, kung meron man nakakaalam ng sexual self nyo, basically, it's more important na dapat kayo yun. Okay? So, these are the different primary sex characteristics. Okay? Sa mong male, yan, yung testes. So, kasi dyan nagpo-produce yung testosterone levels, yung sperm cells. Okay, sa testes. You know what testes is. Okay, your eggs. Okay, then the penis and the scrotum. The scrotum is the outer layer. And the seminal vesicles, yung dyan dumadaloy ang sperm cell sa seminal vesicle. And then the prostate glands, the primarily glands from their penis, no, diyan nagpo-produce lahat. And sa female naman, the ovaries, okay, the fallopian tube, kung saan yung ovaries, diyan nagpo-produce ang yung egg cell, and the fallopian tubes, diyan nagta-travel. No? Yung egg cells, and diyan nagta-travel yung sperm cell, diyan sila nagbibit. Then the uterus, kung saan nabubuo yung bahay bata nyo. And of course, your vagina, kung saan yung nagiging penetrations. Okay? Yan lang for reference are the male and the female reproductive organs. Okay? So, yun. So, this is the test. No? This is your penis and the prostate glands. So, ganun sa women, no? The ovaries, the uterus, no? Then the vaginas. Okay? So, when intercourse happens between a healthy, sexually mature and male and female, then fertilization may take place and then nag-start ang pregnancy. So that's what you call gestation period. So meron tayong XX and XY chromosomes. So mag-meet sila yan during the 23rd pair. Then kapag ka nag-meet na dun sa 23rd pair na chromosomes, dyan ngayon mag-identify kung babae ba o lalaki yung ipinagbubuntis. So that's basically your socio-biological evolution. So natural selection lang. No? So organisms that suited to the environment is likely to survive. So it depends. So maraming factors kung paano ka nabubuhay. No? Based lang dun sa pag-mimit, pag-divide ng mga chromosomes na XX, XY, and natural selection. Okay, so psychological factors, no, with regards your social, your psychological, in terms of your psychological factors, sex, no. So meron tayong instinct or libido. That's primarily focuses on pleasure. Okay, so we have the erogenous zones. So what is erogenous zones? So these erogenous zones are the person's libido or sexual energies na kapag ka na-heightened yan or kapag ka na-stimulate yung erogenous zones mo na yan, it comes now physiological changes sa katawan. Meaning kapag ka nahawakan yan or nagalaw yan, magkakaroon ng pagbabago sa katawan mo na nagkakos ng iyong arousal. So, nagbabago yan, hindi para parehas, depende yan sa nararamdaman ng isang tao. So, there's distinct yan, no? Yung characteristics ng erogenous zones na yan. So, iba, ang erogenous zones nila is neck, no? Kapag hinaplos mo yung leg, magkakaroon yan ng arousal. Yung iba naman hindi, no? Yung iba, meron sa breast na pagka hinaplos mo din yan, magkakaroon ng erections. So iba hindi. Minsan yung legs, no? Pag hinipo mo yung legs, magkakaroon yan ng something pleasurable, arousal. So sa ibang tao, hindi naman ganun. So sometimes, usually, pag genital yan ang hinawakan mo, kapag yung organ ng babae or organ ng lalaki na ang hinawakan mo, then magkakaroon ngayon ng response, no, the stimuli. So that's what you call erogenous zones. So nagbabago yan, depende yan sa katawan ng tao. That's why it's important nga to sabi ko, you have to explore your body because kailangan kayong unang makaalam kung ano yung mga responses nyo in terms of your sexual self. Okay? So let's proceed. And so meron lang tayo some psychosexual stages of development. O, kay Simon Freud din ito. Aside from doon sa super ego, id, at saka ego niya, meron din siya sinatawag na psychosexual stages of development. Yan, meron siyang anal stage, oral, phallic, latency, and genital stage. So, lahat na ito nagko-contribute, no, during your adolescent stage. Okay, so katulad niyan, sabi natin last time, the id, the superego, and the ego. Okay? So, religious beliefs lang with regards to sexuality. Ang dami niyan. Meron tayo Judaism, Islam. Diyan na naman tayo sa Eastern thoughts. No? We have the Taoism, Hinduism, and the Roman Catholic. Okay, so let's now clarify the sexual terminologies. So, when we say sex, that's sekare, means to divide, or sexuality means to unite. So, pag sinabi mong sex, meron lang tayong dalawa, okay, the male and female. So, we have also sexual arousal. So, what is sexual arousal? It is the desires, no, during the anticipation of sexual activity. So, yung bago kayo mag-start, kung ano nga ba yung mga activities, no, arousal sa inyo. Sometimes, minsan, pagka solitary actions, nangyayari ito pagka may fantasy ka or nag-imagine ka, you have erotic thoughts, nag-iisip ka ng something erotic, okay? So, doon nagkakaroon ng sexual arousal, okay? So you have your sexual identity din on how you see, on how you express yourself. Okay, then gender assignment. So that's the determination of infant sex at birth. Okay, kaya minsan kapag pinagbubuntis, ultrasound, no, para nakikita na kung ano yung sex ng bata. And then you have your masculinity, the qualities that relates to considered typical of men in contrast of women. So yun. So now we move to the phases of human sexual response. So when you see phases of human sexual response, ano nga ba iba't ibang hakbang patungo sa iyong feelings of euphoria or the feelings of happiness. Okay? So una, meron tayong excitement phase. So sa excitement phase, so this is characterized by an increase in heart rate. So nagkakaroon ka na ng heart rate niyan, yung blood pressure mo medyo tumataas na rin, and then the muscle tone medyo nag-heighten, no? Parang nagko-contract na yung muscles mo. Then ano na nangyayari, no, sa physical body mo during that excitement phase? What happens to your body during the excitement phase? Diyan nag-i-start na yung erection for the males, and then sa females medyo nagko-contract na, no, yung kanilang um, organ o yung kanilang genitalia. Okay? So that is your excitement phase. Usually nagpo-produce yan, no, during the start pa lang, no, ng activities nyo with your partner. And then we have now the plateau. Okay, the plateau phase now characterize the intensification of the changes began during the excitement phase. So ano nang physiological change na mangyayari niyan? When you see physiological change, ano na ngayon yung magbabago sa katawan mo. So pag male, mag-i-start na yan mag pre-ejaculation. Okay? So when you see pre-ejaculation, kasi mas mag-tighten na yung testis mo or yung egg mo, medyo magko-contract, magtataas yan ng konti. Now, preparation for your ejaculation kasi. No? Mag-start na yan, mag-produce ng pre-ejaculation. So what is pre-ejaculation? Yan na yung lalabas, no? Para may something liquid na lumalabas, no, sa ari ng lalaki. Same as well sa babae, ganun din, no? Yung kanyang third outer layer na external genitalia niya, the vagina, medyo magsiswell na yan. Okay, magcha-change na rin yan ng color because of the excitement. And again, mag-start na rin yan mag-lubricate. Okay? So, lubrication is very important kasi sa process ng sexual intercourse, no? Kailangan may lubrication kasi if not, pag wala, it can cause painful, no? Especially on the part of the woman. Okay, sa mga babae. Very painful kasi yan pag walang lubrications. Again, it varies. Hindi kasi lahat. Meron kasi ibang babae, meron, yung iba wala. Sa lalaki, ganun din. Sometimes merong pre-ejaculation yan, merong iba wala. So it varies. That's why it's very important to talk. Kaya nga sabi ko, it's important to know your sexual self. So, pag wala, you have to do some external lubrications para gawin yan kasi it helps, no? Hindi pwedeng wala. Dapat lubricated bago penetration. Okay? So kaya dyan nagkakaroon ng mga physiological changes sa katawan. Basta nagtatighten yung mga muscles. Nagkakaroon ng increased blood flow. Kaya medyo yung size niya nagbabago din because of that blood flow. Okay, so that is your plateau stage. So dyan mag-start lahat. Okay? So after that, we have now the orgasm. So the orgasm is a wave of intense pleasure. Yan na yung pinakarurok, no, ng tagumpay. Means the climax. No? That's open with vaginal contraction in female and of course the ejaculation for a male. So dyan na mag-start, no? Sa dyan na mararamdaman yung the feeling of euphoria na tawag nila. Is the state of total happiness. That is your orgasm state. So after the orgasm, what will happen? Okay? The resolution phase. In the resolution phase now, it will go back. Your body will go back now to the normal state. Okay? So, after that resolution phase, their body returns to non-excited state. Babalik na sa dati. Diyan na pumapasok ang refractory period for male. When you say refractory period for male, meaning to say hindi na nila kaya ang isa pang erection. No? It takes time, no? It takes 30 minutes to 1 hour siguro bago ulit siya makaramdam ng sensation, bago siya ulit makaramdam ng another erection, no? Unless sa female kasi wala silang refractory period. Females or mga babae, they are superwoman. They can do that multiple times because that's why they have multiple orgasms. Tuloy-tuloy ang mga yan, walang stop, no? They don't have refractory period. Unlike sa mga lalaki, meron talaga. Hindi mo kaya yung after mo ng orgasm and then you do it again continuous. So no. Sometimes siguro meron nakakaya, that's Superman. Superman ka if you kaya, pero usually may refractory period, no? Ang lalaki. They usually 30 minutes, an hour, or 2 hours bago ulit sila magkaroon ng another state of erection or arousal. So that is your resolution phase. Okay, so yan lang. We have the triphasic model, which includes the sexual desires, the excitement, and the orgasm. So kailangan to, we have the erotic stimulation pathway. So did not focus on the physical changes, but it's more on the cognitive, no? Kung how your sexual response, yung mga iniisip mo, yung mga fantasy mo, yung mga erotic thoughts, that's the aspect of sexual response. Okay, so what is that? Then, seduction. So these are actions that enhance attractiveness. So pag may nakita kang attractive sa'yo, parang you think, no, you fantasize already what will happen, no? Titignan mo kung ano suot niya, ano kaya ang panloob niya. So that's how attractiveness or seductions come in. So how they act. Okay, you have also the sensation, no? The way na paghawak sa'yo, okay, the way na pagbulong niya sa'yo, or yung amoy niya, pabango niya, nakaka-attract. So that's happens, no, that also indicates sensation on the part of the individual. It has something to do also with your sexual self and your surrenderness, no, and how you do orgasm with your partner. And after that, you have the reflection, no, is that is positive or negative sexual experience pa? Kung mahal mo, that is positive experience. If not, maybe it's a negative experience. So it depends on the individual. That affects future sexual partners. Okay. So, let's move forward to the chemistry of lust, love, and attachment. So, paano nga ba na nangyayari itong tatlo na ito? Una, what is attraction? So, attraction is the characteristics that causes pleasure or interest by appealing to person's desire. So, na-attract ka depende dun sa kagustuhan ng isang tao, depende dun sa taste ng isang tao, and depende kung ano yung pagtingin ng tao sa'yo or pagtingin mo sa kanya. So, that how attractions happen. When you say love, okay, lahat kayo nakakaramdam nito, o lahat kayo patay na patay dito, nang dahil sa love, maraming nangyayari, or that is a feeling of a strong or constant affection for the person. So basically, ang nangyayari dyan is the oxytocin part. So kung marami kang oxytocin sa katawan, oxytocin kasi is a chemicals that produce to your neurotransmitter. When si neurotransmitter, has something to do with your hypothalamus, with your brains, and it secretes kasi oxytocin. So kung makakaramdam ka ng love, that's ang liable dyan na hormone mo is the oxytocin hormone. Kaya siya sinatawag minsan na love hormones or oxytocin. Okay, pag dopamine, that's primarily for the attraction or for the lust. I'm sorry. Pag dopamine, yung lumabas sa neurotransmitter hormones mo, that says your lust, no, or a stronger feeling of sexual desire. Kapag sobra-sobra yung dopamine sa katawan mo, meaning to say, ma-L ka. Okay? Marami kang L sa katawan pagka sobra-sobra yung dopamine na produce ng neurotransmitters mo, no, sa hypothalamus mo, sa utak mo. Iniisip mo na lang yan. Iniisip mo na lang L. So that is a strong feeling of sexual desires. So meaning, marami kang dopamine, no, na hormone sa katawan. Okay? So that is your emotions or driven love. So yan yung sabi ko kanina, no, that is the hypothalamus. So that is now primarily responsible dun sa neurotransmitter mo ng dopamine, no, ng L mo, and then ng oxytocin mo o ng love mo. So lahat yan, no? It's part of the nervous system, it's part of the brain, no? Yung utak mo lahat ang nagpo-produce niyan. Utak mo lahat ang nagsasabi niya nung L mo and yung love mo and yung attractions mo. That's the hypothalamus. Okay, so we have here, no, yung the romantic phases. So, sabi ng love, attraction, and attachment. So, pag last, okay, so that's desires, ascribe, and sexual intense craving. So, androgen and estrogen phenoms mo, the hormones, no? And then attraction, let's produce the period during the couples infatuated to pursue relationship. Oh, that is love. No, I'm sorry, nagka-typo lang. That is love, the love phase. No, it is the period of time during which couples are infatuated and pursue they want already relationship. So, yan, magkaroon ka ng dopamine and norepinephrine. No, mababa na yung serotonin mo dyan. So, kapag attachment naman na feel mo, gusto mo lang ng bond, gusto mo lang ng partners, masaya ka kapag kasama mo siya, masaya ka kapag kapiling mo siya, pero mas masaya na siya sa piling ng iba. O yan. So that's primarily oxytocin or vasopressin. Okay? So ganun nangyayari, no? It has something to do with your brain, hindi lang puro heart, no? It has something to do with your hormones, no? That's neurotransmitter pathways, no? The neurotransmitters. Your uh, pheromones, no? The estrogens, androgen, dopamine, okay, serotonin, oxytocin. So those are the hormones liable for your lust, for your love, and for your attachment. Okay? So, yeah, we have moved to some terminologies lang. These are just terminologies. Okay, eros, well, that's strong sexual and emotional component. Yan, for you say agape, that means to say unconditional love. O, so kung mayroon kang unconditional love, we have these persons that love without expecting to receive. Nagbibigay ka lang ng pagmamahal pero hindi naman sinusuklaan yung pagmamahal sa iyo. Oh, that's what you call agape. Okay? So you always sacrifice, no, your willingness to others. No? You always sacrifice yourself to your partner pero you don't expect naman to receive in return. So that's agape. Okay? So, yun lang. Ikaw lang bigay ka lang ng bigay ng pagmamahal mo. Pero, hindi mo naman ini-expect na makakatanggap ka ng balik. So, that's agape. Okay? So, you have storge. So, what's storge naman? So, that is love-related friendship. Yung pagmamahal mo sa barkada mo, pagmamahal mo sa family mo, yung walang meaning, no? Walang ibig sabihin na pagmamahal. So, that's what you call storge. When love is a storage lang, love takes time. Okay? Love takes time. Okay? So, commitment, stability, comfort, yan, that's what you call storge. So, we have ludus. What is ludus? Ludus, siguro, most of the time, kayo ito. No? Love is just a game. It's for fun, for entertainment. That's what you call ludus. So, you are a ludic individual. Okay? You have just want to play. It's just a game. They are playing to win. Okay, so they don't value commitment. So they don't value intimacy. It's just for fun. It's for entertainment. It's for clout. Okay, that's what you call ludic, no? Individual. That's ludus. Okay, so we have also mania. Sino kaya ang mania dito? So that is characterized by an intense feeling. Okay, that may lead to obsession or possession of love from the world. Maniac. Okay, so dyan nag-start yun, no? Mania, no? So that's easily, they always take advantage lang for the nudic lovers. Okay, this mania. So yung pragma din. Pragma is a practical and business-like lover. So parang nag-iisip, yan yung mga nag-iisip na tao, is practicality kung tinatawag. No? For them, love is based on what is appropriate. Kung ano lang yung tama, it's practicality, it's pragma. Okay, so yun ang tawag doon. Okay, so the triangular theory of love. So we have intimacy, passion, and commitment. So dapat kompleto ito, no? If you have a romantic relationship. When you say intimacy, that's your desire to give and receive emotional closeness. So you have the support, the care, the share. Sana all. Okay? So, we have also passion. Okay? So, of course, if you have into a romantic relationship, yan, very intense ang romantic, no? Ng passion. That's now sexual desires come in. Accompanied by physical attractions, then physiological arousal. So, sana all again. Okay? So, we have also the commitment. So, this is the last stage na. No? So, you have the cold component of love. So, this is the decision to maintain. Ba? You have to maintain the relationship ba through good times and of course through bad times. Sana all na naman. Okay? So, yun. So, yan. We have the types of love, the liking, intimacy, infatuation, the passion, empty love, the commitment, romantic love, passion and intimacy, companionate love, and then fetus love, and the consummate love. Okay, so now let's see naman the chemistry of love. So why do people fall in love ba? So that's the question. Kasi, no? Why do people fall in love? It's based ba on the physical characteristics? Based ba on the desire? Or based on the love? Or based on the lust ba? Or attachment? So, when you say biological perspective, there is a part of the brain that is active when people are truly deeply and madly in love. Sana all na naman, no? So, yun yung sasabihan kanina, this is the hypothalamus, no? Nag-secrete ng mga different neurotransmitter hormones like dopamine, serotonin, oxytocins. No? So, that's how you feel, no? So the chemistry of love explains how several chemicals and substances that have been found naturally influence the experience of love. Okay, sinasabi natin kanina, the dopamine and the norepinephrine. Okay, these are the neurotransmitters. They are involved with mood. Oh, depende kung anong mood mo or motivation mo or attention mo or excitement mo. Again, pinoproduce ito ng hypothalamus mo sa brains. Okay? When you see serotonin, that is associated again with sex. Okay? Yun lang, the last. Okay? And then, the phenylethamine. So, this more on the pathways of mood and pleasures. And your endorphins are liable for your euphoria. No? When you see euphoria, your orgasm state, no? The total happiness, o ang primarily liable niyan is your endorphins. Okay? The endogenous morphine, so the body's opiate. Okay? So, what are these? The behavior reinforcement theory. Okay, so some people receive rewards such as free ride or other form another positive feeling may be experienced. Okay. So the better the feeling is associated with the behavior of the person. So it's more likely it is for the behavior to be repeated. Okay, so these are the some psychological data lang. Those physical attractiveness, sabi nila tumitingin through beauty in the eyes of the beholder. So depende sa pagtingin mo ng kagandahan. Okay, then the reciprocity. Okay, so people tend to like individuals who also like them. So, baligtad lang, no? So, minahal mo sila, di ba, mahalin ka rin nila. Okay, so sana all ulit. So, then we have proximity. The people being around anytime, physically or virtually. No? So, LDR man lang yan, or nasa tabi mo, that's proximity. And, of course, similarities. Okay? So, we have also take a look, no, with regards to the diversity of sexual behavior. So dito pupunta yung other gender, no, issues or the gender fluidity of the sexual self. Okay? So usually nangyayari to both nature and nurture based on biological factor and the environment factor. So adolescence is not only a time for physical change but also a period to increase sexual behavior such as preoccupation with sexual curiosity. Yan, darating yung mga curiosity mo kung ano nga ba talaga ang iyong sexual orientation and desires. And also, then na mag-start yung sexual fantasies mo, may iniisip mo. That also comes in your masturbation at early as puberty or adolescence. Why? Why you need to masturbations? Kasi nga, that's solitary actions. You need to pleasure yourself without a partner. So that is normal. But if you overdo it, that becomes immoral. Pag nasasobrahan, bawal talaga yun. And of course, you need the sexual experimentation. Why sexual experimentation is important? Bakit importante ang pag-experiment mo sa katawan mo in terms of your sexual self? No, sabi ko nga kasi nung una pa lang, it's important kasi to know yourself, no? To know your sexual self, no, na kayo mismo, hindi ibang tao makakalam. Para in terms, later on, na pumunta ka to such sexual activities, at least you know already yourself. Hindi ka na magugulat kung ano yung mga lalabas sa'yo, kung ano yung mga maramdaman mo. That's why sexual experimentation is important. Kaya nga na doon na buo sinasabi ng solitary behavior. When you say solitary behavior, kasi that is the using or that is the way of masturbation or pleasuring yourself without a sexual partner. So both male and females do this, no. Kailangan din kasi to in order for you to process your prostate glands, no. Kasi once na yung prostate glands ng lalaki hindi nagfa-functions, it comes now diseases like prostatitis, prostate cancers, ganun. And ganun din sa female. Once na hindi nag-exercise yan or hindi nag-functions, no, then magkakaroon na ng cervical cancers and all. So it's very important talaga to do sexual experimentation with your own self, no, and yourself doing masturbation. So these sexual desires may lead to judgment sometimes kasi nagkakaroon ng stigma, okay, nagkakaroon ng immorality kapag naging overdoing yan, and involves behaviors also. So not all sexual arousal could lead to sexual activities. Okay, so yun lang. Then that's why we have also our social sexual behaviors, no. When si social sexual behavior kasi it's involved more than one person. So doon nagkakaroon ng multiple partners. So generally is expressed as heterosexual behavior. When you say heterosexual is a male to female or female to male relationship, and homosexual behavior. When you say homosexual, It's on both sex, no, male with male or female with female. So, yun yung sa mong social sexual behavior. Ito yung sinasabi ko kayo na, no, the solitary behavior, no, the self-masturbation. No, I don't know if you do this, no, but it's important also to do this, no, as part of pleasuring yourself. Ayan, self-stimulation and with the intention of causing sexual arousal. It's important kasi para alam mo kung ano yung sexual arousal mo, no? Kung paano ka magkakaroon ng arousal. And the feeling of pleasure that sometimes lead to orgasm. Okay? So, and sabi dito, ni Rosenthal during 2013, children daw may masturbate at very young age. So, mga ilang age kaya kayo nag-start, no? Nung kayo, and which may be spontaneously expressed until the child is taught to repress or inhibit this behavior. Hanggang sa all throughout, pag ginagawa niya yun, made-develop yung malaman na yung behaviors pala niya yun ay hindi na tama. No? So, kailangan niya na i-inhibit. Okay, so yun lang. So katulad nito daw, meron daw therapeutic benefits no doing self-stimulation. So aside from sexual pleasure, it may also relieve stress daw. So if you are stressed, okay. So and it also daw lowers blood pressure. Tama ba? It lowers blood pressure o baka mas makukos ng high blood pag nasobrahan. Okay, so yan, sabi niya, it improves man's fertility because ejaculation flushes out the old, no? The old sperm. So, magre-reproduce siya ng bago. Okay, so it lowers man's chance of getting prostate cancer. So, tulad yung sabi ko kanina. So, yun lang. Masturbation is dangerous and sinful daw pag nasobrahan based on historical beliefs. So, again, masturbation once was thought to lead the impaired morals, depression, social failure, yan kakaroon daw, blindness, insanity. Okay, so during this sexual evolution, during the 1960s, masturbation began to be more accepted na. So, ginagawa na siya until today. So, yun lang. So, nagkakaroon dito ng erotic dreams. So, mga na naginip dyan ng erotic. Okay, so these are the involuntary images that are occur when people are asleep. Okay, so ewan ko kung bakit kayo na naginip ng ganyan. For females, these images alone can result to vaginal lubrication. So pagka nagkakaroon daw ng erotic dreams ang females, nagkakaroon ng vaginal lubrication. Okay? And penile erection and orgasm. So, sa males, it called nocturnal emission or wet dreams. Pagka sa lalaki na, pag bigla kang parang may basa na lumabas sa'yo. So, ayan. Basically, baka nagkaroon ka ng erotic dreams. So, sabi din that not all erotic dreams are wet dreams. Okay? So, hindi rin ibig sabihin na pagka-porket may basa ka during natutulog ka, hindi ibig sabihin may erotic dreams. So, yun lang. Sometimes, it causes nocturnal emissions. Yun ang tawag doon. So, nag-occur yun during your teenage. Okay? And early adult. I don't know if you still experience that ngayon. May yung mga nocturnal emissions na yun. Nung pagising mo parang may basa na lang bigla. Okay, so yun. So that is your sexual behavior. Okay, so dami siyang sinasabi dito. The sexual orientation daw refers to persons inclinations regarding sexual behavior, kung anong tingin niya sa sarili niya or kung ano yung tingin niyang nararamdaman niya. So that is sexual orientation or sexual preference. Pag mo sexual preference naman, that is a choice, no? Kung anong gusto niyang mararamdaman. So choice niya kung ano siya. So yeah, meron homosexuality. When say homosexuality, that person's sexual orientation, yung gusto niya, is on the same sex. So male to male and female to female. Yun yung kanyang orientation. Yun yung kanyang gusto. Okay, when si lesbian, that's women, particularly women. Attracted yan sexually and romantic and attraction towards women. So pag gay, vice versa naman, no? Man, sexual and romantic attraction is towards other man, no? So when say heterosexual, this is the common norm. So a person who has sexual orientation is toward others for the opposite sex. So male, female, female, male. So this is heterosexual, the common conduct. Okay, when say bisexual, both naman to, no? Ma-attraction siya sa male, may attraction din siya sa female. So kung female, may attraction siya sa female, may attraction din siya sa male. So the same. No, that's what we call bisexual. Pansexual, now from the word pan, from this is from the Greek word which means all, all every. So wala, no? Gender blind siya. Wala siyang pagtingin. Hindi siya attracted sa male, hindi siya attracted sa female. So may mga ganong tao, pansexual. So transgender naman, may say transgender o nag-undergo ito ng medical transition. O, ito yung mga nagpapalit ng sex organs nila. So that's what they call sex change. No? Kung from male to female and from female to male. So may medical interventions. So that's what you call transgender. So with that, let's move forward to some sexually transmitted infections or diseases. If you do unsafe sex, okay? Or if you don't want to procrastinate, no? Kung ayaw magkaroon ng offspring, so ano nga ba? Okay, so sexually transmitted diseases or infections. These are diseases contracted primarily through sexual contact with uninfected individuals. So these are some of the examples lang. Of course, the common is the HIV. So that is a human immunodeficiency virus. And kapag napabayaan, HIV nowadays kasi is curable naman. We have some antiretroviral, no, and medicines, no, para prevent, no, yung HIV. Kasi kapag pinabayaan mo ang HIV, then it comes now to AIDS. So to stands for Acquired Immunodeficiency Syndrome. So, yan na yung mahirap gamutin. No? So wala pa tayong gamot dyan for AIDS. Sa HIV, meron pa tayong mga antiretroviral. Sa AIDS, wala na yan masyado. Wala pa. So yun, AIDS is a virus, no? While AIDS is a disease na, no? It's already a condition or a syndrome. Ayan. Ayan sasabi ko na merong antiretroviral therapy na for the HIV. Okay? Yan, pag untreated yung HIV may lead to AIDS. So these are some of the viruses lang, no? The genital herpes. So ano to? This is a sexually transmitted. So nakukuha mo lang to through sexual activities. Okay? So this is from the viruses of different strain. These are produced non-sexually transmitted diseases. Para siyang chickenpox, no? Meron siyang parang butlig-butlig. So kung meron yan sa ari mo, no, ng lalaki o babae, parang butlig-butlig, no? Sometimes masakit to, parang singaw-singaw. That's genital herpes. Ganun din, no? Genital warts, no? Caused by human papilloma virus naman to. HPV naman ang tawag dito. Ganun din, parang may warts din siya. We have also gonorrhea. So gonorrhea is already a bacterial infection. So bacteria naman na kailangan dito. So you need antibacteria, no? We have antibiotics na pag mayroon ka nito, no? Gonorrhea, no, for males, parang may lumalabas, no? Siguro nana na yan. And then yan, masakit din yung pag-ihi mo. Ganun din sa female, no? Nangangate, mayroon din vaginal discharge, may mga lumalabas din na nana. Mga complications niyan, magkakaroon ng prostate cancer, bladder, kidney din. So, for females, magiging leads to infertility. So, syphilis, again, is a bacterial disease. So, same lang siya as gonorrhea. Okay, so ganun din, para siyang cancer source, para siyang singaw-singaw na lumalabas. Then, nagkakaroon din ng rashes. And then, nagiging no overt na symptoms siya pag matagal. So, yun na, magkakaroon ka ng blindness, cardiovascular diseases, skin ulcers, liver damage, no, kapag ka napabayaan. And chlamydia, this is also a bacterial disease. No, that's what you call chlamydia trachomatis. It's spread through sexual contact. Okay? So, yan, chlamydia are asymptomatic daw, walang symptoms, pero very dangerous yung chlamydia. So, in order for you to strain or protect from all of these contaminations or diseases, no, you have to use contraceptives. When you see contraceptives, we have artificial and natural. Okay, so we have this. These are the medicines, no, and other devices that use to prevent unwanted pregnancies. Okay, so we have these are the artificial, contraceptions. Okay, we have the hormonal method. So, usually sa female to, no, nagkakaroon ng pills, no. So, dapat daily, no, kung nagpo-pills ka, dapat religiously yan, continuous, no. Kung 1 month ang binigay sa'yo, dapat araw-araw yan. Kasi once na isang araw ka lang nakaligtaan, mag-take niyan, o there is a tendency pa rin na magbubuntis ka, especially kung active yung sexual activity nyo. Kahit isang araw lang yan na hindi ka nakapag-take, matik yan. No? Buhay kang bata ka, no? Pagka nangyari yun, pag nakaligtaan mo. Okay? So, meron din tayong tinawag na the patch. No? Parang pinapatch lang sa balat. Okay? That nagpipigil lang estrogen level sa babae and progestogen. So, it limits, no, the fertility. Okay? So, yun din, meron din the ring, maliit na plastic ring, tapos pinapasok sa vagina every month para mag-release naman ng hormones to stop ovulation para hindi ka reglahin. Okay, so we have also implant. Those implant nilagay yan sa under the skin. Ganun din yan, to stop ovulation para hindi ka reglahin. And we have also injectables, ganun din. So yung mga yan, different type. The pills, the patch, the ring, implants, and injectable. So barrier method, and it blocks lang the sperm from reaching the egg. Pinapasok din sa babae. Okay, para ma-block. Yan. Tapos, ito naman is your natural way, no, to avoid or to prevent pregnancy. This is calendar method. Okay? So again, safe ang calendar method sa mga babae if you are regular, no, sa cycle mo, if you are regular, no, sa period mo. Kasi if not regular, there is a tendency talagang buhay kang bata ka na naman. No, so tawag na calendar method is like ito nagpapares din to, hindi to pare-parehas, depende ito sa katawan ng tao, depende sa babae. So kaya it's more important din dapat alam mo, no, that is your called also yung tawag din diyan is awareness, no, fertility awareness method. Okay, minsan kasi meron sa mga ibang babae kasi na 2 to 3 days before sila datnan or 2 to 3 days pagkatapos nila datnan, that is their safe era kasi. Meron ganun. Nag-vary yan, depende. So, dapat ikaw alam mo. No? So, that is your, para maging safe yung calendar method mo, it's order for you to know your regular cycle. Para alam mong safe ka. So, again, we have also the interruptus method. No? What is interruptus? For male naman to. Kayo nakakaalam nito, male. Kayo, mga lalaki, nakakaalam na interruptus. This is what you call the withdrawal method. Okay? So, kung alam mo na nandyan na, ilabas mo na, no? Huwag mo nang patuloyin, no? Kasi kapag hindi ka nakapagpigil, sobrang pagmamahal mo, okay, buhay kang bata ka na naman ang mangyayari. So, yun lang to process, no, the interruptus or the withdrawal method. So, when a man removes his penis from the vagina, then you ejaculate it outside the woman's body. Okay? So, ganun yun. That's interruptus. No? That's withdrawal. Okay? And of course, kung para gusto mo talaga safe, mag-abstinence ka na or celibacy. I-avoid mo ang sexual intercourse na yan. Okay? I-avoid mo na, no? Huwag mo nang isipin yung sexual intercourse na yan. No? Kasi, sabi nga ni, Duterte, patay ka, no? Kapag ka may nangyari. Okay? So, abstinence or celibacy. Okay? We have also sterilization, no? So this is common also the female, no, yung tawag na tubal ligation, no? Usually pag marami ng anak ginagawa to ligation. No, ito surgery naman to, no? Parang tinatali yung sa part ng uterus para mag-stop yung ovulation ng egg, no? Pag sa lalaki meron din tawag na vasectomy. Tinatali din sa part ng testis niya para mapigilan na yung production ng sperm cell. Okay, so that's what's called vasectomy. And also, this is also common, no? The intrauterine device, o tawag na IUD. Pinapasok din sa female para mag-block din, no? Yung sa may uterus niya, no? Para yung travel ng sperm and egg cell hindi magtuloy. So, that's what you call IUD. Intrauterine devices. Yan, meron tayong emergency contraceptions. No? Yan, may araw yan kasi dapat tuloy-tuloy yan. So, once nga na isa lang, hindi mo matake dyan, buhay siyang bata. Okay, so you have any questions with regards to your sexual self? Anyone? So that is now the end of our topic for the midterms. Sayang lang, no? Hindi tayo nagkita before the midterms end because of the some weather disturbances. Okay, so napapanahon yung topic because the weather is weathering. Okay, so do not try, no? All of these activities. Wait the proper time. Okay, so I hope you don't have any questions with regards to the topic. And if you have questions, Okay, so PM is the key na lang. Okay, so kasi I cannot answer your questions because we are conducting asynchronous uh, discussions. Okay, so I hope you do well. So please read, no? I have already sent sa attachment here in different materials. So I'm recording now. It's already 1 a.m. So para lang ma-share sa inyo yung mga topics na to kasi next week, Wednesday na naman, it's cream week I think ninyo. So we cannot meet again. Okay, and then after that, November 7, 8, 9 is already your midterms exam. So good luck everyone. So I'll just upload na those video materials para at least pwede nyo nang balikan if you want to understand something again. Okay, just read your topics. Okay. So, your exams, basahin lang ng mabuti, especially sa physical and material self. That's more situational. Okay, so read properly the questions. Relate yourself to the questions para makam up nyo yung tamang sagot. Okay, so good luck everyone. And I hope you do well. Okay, so take care and enjoy the vacation for the rest of the week and see you next week if you have time. Goodbye.